Ben, I'm very happy that you found some time on NAB in Las Vegas. It's very busy right now, and your booth has been very busy for 4 days, sorry.
Yeah.
4 days right now.
Absolutely.
Can you say a few words about what you do within the Skyline Communications as the CEO of the company for many years right now? And I know that you have amazing DataMiner product that actually is used by a lot of companies.
Yes.
That I talked with during the last days.
Yeah. Well, DataMiner is a platform that has a long history already, but today it's really emerging as an operation system for complete media operations. It really enables organizations to digitize their entire operations across the vendor and technology boundaries to basically take that very complex life ecosystem and to bring it into one unified fabric and to integrate it very easily with operational and business workflows and to take a very data and control driven perspective on that. Because at the end of the day, as I say, these days everything is about leveraging data and controls. Whether you talk security, optimizing utilization of resources, reducing operational cost, innovation, new services, it's all about leveraging data and controls. So that's what DataMiner is really good at, bringing the entire infrastructure together and empowering organizations to get the most out of that infrastructure. And of course, these days, it's all about GenAI and what GenAI is going to bring into the mix for that. And that has been the key theme here, which is really an evolution, I would say, of what we have been doing in the past years. It's really about tapping into the data, the controls, and leveraging that. But now, leveraging GenAI to do that.
Yeah, you've been talking to a lot of people coming to your booth.
Yes.
And as you said, AI and data is something that everyone is talking about. And I know that you've been in industry for years. Can you see any trends, anything that is, emerging within different conversations that you believe would be the direction that the whole industry will go?
Absolutely. GenAI, and I know a lot of people talk about it, and everybody, has some message around it. But I think the key essence is, and it's not only for the media industry, it's for the whole world. The key essence is that with GenAI, organizations, companies, whoever you are, will start scaling on the platform, okay? You will no longer scale necessarily on headcount. That's the old world. In the old world, whatever your business was, if you would double your business, you would typically, grow quite aggressively in terms of headcount. That's the game changer. GenAI will bring an agentic world. There will be a new enterprise end-to-end integration layer that will emerge in any organization, not only in the media business. And that agentic layer is a very strategic asset for organizations. And that's the layer that allows you to scale the organization. So that will happen also in the media industry, depending on what you do in the media industry. But let's imagine that you run, sports events, a very dynamic environment. Whether you're going to be running 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 events, within a short time from now, you should be in a position to do that with the same team. The headcount is not going to be the metric anymore of success. I kind of like to say it the funny way, successful companies will no longer be the companies with a Christmas card with 1,000 people on it, And you can see that already in the startup scene. You have small companies, small organizations that scale very quickly and efficiently. And that applies to everybody. So my message to all the executives that come here is really about, okay, how can we help you to bring you to that agentic future? How can we help you to bring you in a position that you become an organization that has the ability to scale on the platform rather than the headcount? Which is of course very much aligned also with what everybody knows, okay? A lot of companies are under a lot of pressure, reducing operational costs and doing those things. But that's the way to do it. And we play a very vital role in that. The way we do it and the way we basically set this up. So it is a very exciting time.
Yeah, it is, definitely. And I like the way you talk about efficiency, and I like this comparison of what you can do with a small team right now and what you could do in a few years.
Absolutely.
If you use the technology that's available and is out there. I know that your platform is used by a lot of different companies. Do they all use it for the same, let's say, AI agentic mode? Do you see that they're all going in that direction, or there is even more to discover within the data and possibilities right now?
I mean, it's an endless universe of options that you have. the opportunities to generate value from data and controls are endless. And that's also why we designed the platform the way it is designed. It's all about empowering organizations to continuously look for new opportunities to grow, to be better, to be faster, to be more efficient, to innovate. And all of that is done based on data and controls. GenAI simply allows us now to unlock that in even more efficient ways. It's a new way of interfacing with it. But don't be mistaken, I mean, GenAI can be used by anybody, okay? It's about how can I be different and better than any other organization out there? You know, I want to be competitive. So what you want to emerge from the company is what I call competitive intelligence, not just, you know, a general standardized foundational LLM. And that's the compounded effect of your data, your controls, your strategy, your workflows, being able in a very efficient way combine that with a foundational LLM and to emerge unique intelligence and capabilities that are unique to your organization. There's one key aspect that, you know, we discuss with every executive today. It is the fact that we're moving from value delivery to time to value. There used to be a time that you have time, you know, to organize things and to evolve, and maybe organizations could make some mistakes, or you could afford saying, hey, you know, we have a big team, we have a lot of money, we're going to build things from scratch. Today, the time aspect becomes very, very important. The world is evolving so fast, nobody knows how this is going to look like in 6 months from now. So the window of opportunity to capitalize on the opportunities is getting smaller and smaller, okay? If you now make a mistake and you cannot deliver certain value within a certain time frame, the opportunity is gone. And as I said also, like, at some point all of this is becoming the norm, okay? If agentic operations is the norm, if you don't have it yet, you're just catching up, okay? You don't have a competitive edge. So that time to value perspective is very impactful. But I do see it, I mean, we work in different verticals, but I do see that this is even, you know, maybe more of a point of attention to this industry. This is an industry very engineering minded.
It is.
You know, a lot of technical people that have a lot of opinions about many different things, and they take a lot of pride, rightfully, in what they can do. But the question is, do you still have the time to do all these things?
It's very dynamic, and as you said, it's not a time when you can plan the strategy for next 3 years.
Absolutely.
And just go step by step. You have to be flexible when thinking about what will happen.
It's about finding that balance between having a strong long-term vision where you need to go, you know, things like that agentic operation. I call those motions, okay? You know what direction you need to go. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to implementing and evolving, you immediately have to cut it down to 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, what is it that we want to achieve? What kind of value do we want to deliver to the business? Because any huge transformation projects, you know, I wouldn't dare to do it.
No, and data and AI are the tools that you can use to be dynamic and actually to make sure that you're going in the right direction with a high-level strategy, but also having the small steps being done really well.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the conversation, Ben.
Thank
it was amazing. It's always great to be at NAB and talk with leaders like you from the industry. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.